There's a space between the moments where the air don't fully move, like a sentence left unfinished with nothing left to prove. And the silence feels familiar, like it's something I've rehearsed. There's a weight inside the quiet of the last words unrehearsed. Every phrase in perfect place. Thought I'd say them when it mattered, when I finally saw your face. But the moment came and passed me like it didn't recognize all the things I meant to tell you just stayed buried in disguise. There's no echo of that silence, no replay I can demand, just the memory of the distance between the thought and where I stand. No voice to break, no line to trace, just something locked in empty space. And every breath I hold too long feels like it's where they still belong. They're the last words I never said tonight. No wrong, no clear-cut right, just something caught before the sound that never made it out. Oh, I tried to call them back to life, tried to force them into life, but every time I reach inside, they fade before they rise. I hear them in the quiet hours when the world has settled down. Not as voices, not as language, just a pressure without sound. There's no way to reconstruct them, no exact way they would land, just a feeling that they carry that I can't quite understand. I speak around the emptiness now, try to feel what wasn't done, but every word I say too late feels like it's the wrong one. No past to fix, no thread to pull, just something never made it full. And every truth I try to shape feels like a version out of place. They're the last words I never said tonight, no way to bring them into sight. You can search through every memory, but they won't form the same. Oh, I turned, I tried to rewrite every moment in my mind, but every path I trace again still leaves them undefined. I stood still in the reflection, tried to say them to the glass, but they wouldn't take their meaning, they just slipped and didn't last. No sound to carry what they held, no form they could become, just the shape of something missing that refuses to be done. And in that quiet realization, with no time left to pretend, I stopped trying just to speak them and let the silence stand. Choose to keep finds a way to never sleep. And silence don't just disappear, it settles in, it lingers here. So everything you leave unsaid still finds a place inside your head. They're the last words, and now I see they were never meant to be. No matter how I try to find, they're lost between the lines. Oh, I ran it through my mind, every version I could find, but every line I thought was true never sounded right for you. Now the room is still and open, but it holds what never came. Every silence feels connected to a word without a name. And if you ever hold a sentence that you're waiting just to say, don't assume you'll get the moment. It might already slip away. Like the whole world had shut it down. No crickets sang, no dogs would bark, just heavy heat and deeper dark. The wind hung still in cotton trees, like it forgot how to breathe. And every porch light, faint and dim, felt like it might go out with him. The radio cut mid-broken tune, some gospel song about the moon. Then nothing but a hollow hum, like even sound had come undone. Stretched out in pale dirt lines, where even time forgets its signs. No truck, no train, no engines roar, just silence settling more and more. The church bell tried to stop to ring, but choked itself before the swing, like something in the air that said, not tonight, before it bled. The field stood still, the sky leaned low, like it had nowhere left to go. And every breath I tried to take felt like a world about to break. That was the night the south went silent. No thunder when the voices violent, just stillness stretching coast to coast, like something lost had taken most. Oh, I tried to call, I tried to pray, but sound just faded all away. And every heartbeat in my chest felt like it was holding its breath. Froze without the ice, like it forgot its own device. The water there, but somehow gone, like it had stopped before the dawn. The porch swing didn't dare to move, like it had nothing left to prove. And every shadow on the ground refused to make a single sound. I saw a dog stop midway run, just staring at a dying sun, then turn away without a care, like even instinct wasn't there. The wind gave up before it tried, like even storms had turned aside. And every second holding still, bent toward a broken will. That was the night the south went silent. No thunder when the voices violent, just stillness stretching coast to coast, like something lost had taken most. Oh, I tried to call, I tried to pray, but sound just faded all away. And every heartbeat in my chest felt like it was holding its breath. The town clock stopped at 3:04 and never moved again no more, like time itself had lost its grip and let the moment slowly slip. No footsteps echoed on the street, no passing cars, no human heat, just empty space where life should be, a quiet kind of history. I looked around and understood this wasn't bad, it wasn't good, it was a pause too deep to tell. Between what's here and what is fell, it ain't the night, it ain't the land. It's something no one understands, when everything you thought was sound just leaves and doesn't come around. And silence don't just mean the end, it means the world won't speak again, till every soul begins to feel what silence makes too real. That was the night the south went still, like it had lost its final will. No heaven spoke, no hell replied, just empty space on every side. Oh, I tried to move, I tried to say, but nothing heard me anyway. And every breath I take tonight still lives inside that silent night. Now sound returns, but not the same, like it remembers what it came. No peace to find, no truth to name, just echoes of that silent flame. And if you ever hear the word, go quiet like it's been unfurled. Don't speak too loud, don't ask what's wrong, or you'll hear the South's lost song. The wind came back, the trees now sway, but something never went away. And I remain where silence lies. From the night, the South went silent skies. The sun is burning down on my back. This road of bones ain't never looking back. Boots heavy with the weight of my sins. Another ghost calling out in the wind. The desert's whisper cutting through the night, telling me I ain't going to die without a fight. I left my past in ashes and in pain, but every mile just bleeds me out again. Dust, blood, and broken spurs, it's all that's left of the man I once was. Dust, blood, and broken spurs, riding through the storm with a heart full of scars. Dust, the sun is burning down on my back. This road of bones ain't never looking back. Boots heavy with the weight of my sins. Another ghost calling out in the wind. The desert's whisper cutting through the night, telling me I ain't going to die without a fight. I'd have left my past in ashes and in pain.
There's a box that sits in silence, where the air don't move at all. Not a sound, not even breathing, just a shadow on the wall. And it wasn't made in anger, it was built with careful hands, like someone tried to make forever out of something that won't stand. They said it started like a promise, nothing spoken, nothing loud, just a slow and quiet merging of two names into one sound. No division left to measure, no direction left to trace, just the fading of the distance between time and empty space. There's no record of the moment, no clear line where it began, just a feeling something shifted in the way we understand. No voice to call, no truth to break, just something neither one can take. And every breath we try to hold feels like it's already gone. It's a coffin built for two tonight, no wrong to name, no clear right, just something holding what remains in matching quiet final frames. Oh, we tried to keep our names apart, but they faded from the start. And every step we thought was free just tied us deeper underneath. We walk through rooms without reflection, like the glass forgot our shape. Not erased, but slightly altered in a way we can't escape. There's no argument acceptance growing, that we never were the end. I hear your voice in my silence, not as words but something near, like the distance stopped existing and replaced it with the fear. No line to cross, no past to save, just something neither one can wave. And every thought we try to hold feels like it's already told. It's a coffin built for two, I see. It was always meant to be. No matter how we tried to run, we were already one. Oh, we turned, we tried to lie, trying to separate the sky. But every truth we thought was ours collapsed into the same hours. Now we stand where nothing separates, no distance left to claim. Just the quiet realization we were always built the same. Not as endings forced together, not as punishment or blame, just the final understanding that we answered to one name. And in that still shared knowing, with no resistance left to give, we stop asking for tomorrow and learn the way we live. It ain't the end that makes you one, it's everything that can't be undone. Every truth you failed apart becomes a shed and beating heart. And coffins don't divide at all, they simply answer when you fall. So every step you take as two was never really split into you. It's a coffin and I understand, it was never two but planned. No matter how we tried to see, it was always you and me. Oh, we stayed, we didn't fight, just let it close us out of light. And every breath that's left to take is something neither one can break. Now the silence feels complete here, not empty, not alone, just the final shared remaining of everything we've known. And if you ever find a space where two shadows start to blend, don't assume it's where it ends. It might be where you begin again. There are marks along the surface, too faint to catch at first. Not a stain, not something broken, just a pattern slightly worse. And the light don't quite reveal them, it just bends before it hits, like it knows there's something there. And the devil's fingerprints. still. Not enough to draw attention, but enough to break the will. Every line a quiet pressure, every curve a subtle trace. Like a hand that moved across it without ever leaving space. There's no origin to follow, no direction I can name, but they show up where I'm looking just before I look away. No voice to call, no shape to see, just something pressed on everything. And every thought I try to clear feels like it's already here. It's the devil's fingerprints tonight. No shadow cast, no form inside, just something written in the seams of everything I thought was clean. No, I tried to wipe them off, deny every place they might apply, but every surface I could find held the same familiar sign. I washed the glass until it blurred, still the pattern settled in. Not on top, not underneath, but somewhere just beneath the skin. There's no smudge I can remove now, no edge I can define, just a sense that something touched it, and it's echoing in mine. I see it in the smallest fractures, in the way the silence bends, like a presence without presence that refuses to pretend. No thread to pull, no proof to break, just something every thought will take. And every time I try to stand, feels like I'm following a hand. It's the devil's fingerprints tonight, no wrong declared, no proven right, just something etched in every line that I can't leave behind. Oh, I tried to divide what was mine from what implied, but every boundary I drew still carried traces running through. I stood still in the reflection, tried to see where it began, but the glass just held me steady, like it didn't understand. No mark across my face or body, nothing visible to claim, but the way I held my silence felt like part of something framed. And in that quiet realization, with no place left to defend, I stopped searching for the source and felt it in my hands. It ain't a force that pulls you in, it's what you let remain within. Every doubt you leave to sit finds a way to mark with it. And fingerprints don't need to show, they settle deeper than you know. So every truth you try to clean still carries where it's been. It's the devil's fingerprints I see, they were never outside me. No matter how I tried to hide, they were written in the line. So I ran, I tried to deny, but they followed every try. And every place I thought was new still held the same familiar view. Now the surface looks unbroken, but I know what lingers there. Every line and every silence feels like something I can't clear. And if you ever try to erase something you don't understand, don't look out across the surface. You might find it in your hands. The steeple cracked against the sky, like it forgot how to die. And every bell that used to ring just hung there, deaf and suffering. The wood gave way, the hymn went wrong, and the night turned into smoking song. Sins and broken plans, the candles line the altar stone, but I was never there alone. The preacher's voice had long gone dry, like even faith refused to try, and every prayer I used to trust turned slowly into dust. The stained glass burned in colors red, like every word that I had said was waiting here to be undone by fire rising one by one. The air grew thick, the ground grew hot, like something holy I forgot, and every breath I tried to keep just fell into the heat. I left my soul in a burning church that night, under shattered holy light. No savior came, no hand to reach, just ashes where I used to preach. Oh, I tried to run, I tried to pray, but the fire learned my name that day, and every step I can't retrace still burns through empty space. The cross fell down in splintered flame, like it no longer knew its name. And every hymn that once felt true was swallowed by the burning blue. The pews collapsed like broken vows, like faith that finally disavowed the weight of everything I was and everything it does. I stood there still, I didn't move, like I had nothing left to prove, just watching something I once believed turn to embers I received. The roof gave way, the walls gave in, like it was where it all begins. And every truth I tried to save got buried in that grave. I left my soul in a burning church for me, and I don't think I'm still free. No holy and no sacred line, just fire that remembers mine. Oh, I tried to fight, I tried to stay, but it all burned anyway. And every breath I tried to take still carries what I break. The smoke went up like prayers unbound, too lost to ever be found. And in the rising ash I knew there was nothing I could do. Not devil's hand, not heaven's grace, just me and fire in the place where everything I tried to hide was standing right outside. And when the flames had finally spoke, it wasn't wrath, it wasn't smoke, it was a sound of letting go of everything I used to know. It ain't the church, it ain't the flame, it's everything we failed to name. Every truth we try to shirk still burns inside the church, and souls don't always rise or flee. Sometimes they stay where they should be, till everything you try to trust turns back into dust. I left my soul in a burning church that day, and it never went away. No redemption, no escape, just ashes inside my mind. Now I don't kneel, I don't return. I watch the embers slowly burn. No faith to hold, no truth to clutch. Just what I lost in too much. And if you ever hear that sound of wooden faith collapsing down, don't step inside, don't stay too long, or you'll learn that burning song. The church is gone, the night runs thin, but something never left within. And I remain where ashes lurk, where I left my soul in the burning church. Forgot what it was meant to do. The chapel door stood open wide, but something darker lived inside. The candles burned with a crooked flame, like they were ashamed to say his name. And every step I took within felt like I was walking into sin. He stood there dressed in black and white, preaching truth like it was lied. Said, confess and you'll be clean, but his eyes said something in between. I knelt down where the wood was worn from broken faith and souls outworn. And every word he spoke so clear still carried something I could feel. He talked of grace and mercy's hand, a promise, peace and holy land. But every verse he tried to claim sounded hollow, wrong and strained. There was a crack beneath his tone, like a truth he couldn't own. And every prayer he led us through felt like something twisted to the preacher. Lied again tonight, wrapped in wrong and dressed as right. Every word he tried to say felt like digging deeper graves. So I tried to believe somehow, but I can see it clear now. And every truth I thought I knew was buried underneath his view. I stayed behind when all had gone to ask him where the truth had gone. He smiled slow but didn't speak, like he'd heard that question every week. His hands were clean, his voice was calm, but something there was far from warm. And when he finally met my stare, I saw no faith, no mercy there. He said, son, truth is what you need, but truth don't grow from planted seed. When roots are buried deep in lies and watered down with alibis, the walls creak soft like they agreed with every doubt I couldn't leave. And every cross that hung in place felt like it had lost its grace. The preacher lied again tonight, wrapped in wrong and dressed as right. Every word he tried to say felt like digging deeper graves. So I tried to believe somehow, but I can see it clear now. And every truth I thought I knew was buried underneath his view. I found a book he left behind, with pages torn and lines crossed blind. Verses changed, meanings bent, like truth was something he could rent. And in the margins, faint but clear, were names of those who once stood here. Each one marked, each one gone, like they never truly belonged. The silence pressed against my chest, like something begging to confess that faith ain't built on borrowed sound. Truth itself is never found. And maybe it was never him, but all of us that followed in, looking for a lot to hold in stories we were always told. But truth don't bend, truth don't hide, it don't wear robes or pick a side. And every lie we let remain just gives the dark another name. The preacher lied again tonight, inside that preacher's name. Now the church stands cold and bare, no prayers left hanging in the air. The bell don't ring, the flame don't arise, just quiet echoes of disguised lies. And I don't kneel, I don't pretend to follow paths that twist and bend. I walk alone through doubt and pain, where truth survives beyond the chain. The doors still creak, the shadows bend, and somewhere he still speaks again. But I don't listen like I did then, 'cause I know the preacher lied again. There's a road that used to promise it would soften what it took, but the signs have all been withered, like they've lost the way they look. And the air feels slightly thinner, like it knows what's coming next. Not a storm, not any warning, just the absence of what's left. It felt longer than it was, like it carried something gentle in the spaces in between us. Every turn once felt forgiving, every mile felt understood, like the road could make excuses for the things I thought I could. But something changed without announcing, no clear moment I could name, just a slow and quiet fading of the mercy in its frame. No voice to guide, no hand to hold, just something settling into cold. And every step I try to take feels like it's already late. This is the end of Mercy Road tonight. No wrong to name, no wrong to right, just something closing out the line that used to let me change my mind. Oh, I tried to turn around, but the silence made no sound, and every step I thought was free just led me deeper into me. The sky don't offer answers, it just watches from above, like it's done explaining anything to something it won't love. Every marker feels the same now, just variations of decline, like the meaning's been dismantled, one quiet piece at a time. I ask the road if it remembers what it used to let me be, but it answers only distance, like it doesn't know mercy. No truth to bear, no past to save, just something I already gave. And every breath I try to keep feels like it's falling underneath. It's the end of Mercy Road, I see. It was never meant for me. No matter how I tried to stand, it slipped right out of my hands. Oh, I stayed, I tried to fight, tried to rewrite what felt right, but every mile I thought was kind just left something behind. Now I walk without correction, let the ending take its shape. There's no forgiveness in the distance, only what you can't escape. And it isn't something cruel now, it's just structure losing grace, like a system reaching silence at a slower final pace. And in that quiet understanding, With no mercy left to try, I stop asking for a reason and let it pass me by. It ain't that mercy disappears, it's what it leaves you with in years. Every choice you don't undo becomes the road that carries you, and endings don't arrive in pain, they just remove what can't remain. So every step you thought was wide was already predefined. It's the end and now I know there was never anywhere to go. No matter how I tried to change, it stayed the same in every frame. Oh, I stood still, I didn't run, watched the mercy come undone, and every step I thought was mine was already out of time. Now the road don't feel like travel, just a line that doesn't bend, and the silence it has gathered feels like something near the end. And if you ever find a mercy in a place that feels too late, don't assume it stays forever. It might already change its state. The sky turned red like it knew my name, like it came to wash the shame. The wind went quiet, the world went still, like it was waiting on my will. The moon hung low, too sharp to pray, like it had something it meant to say. And every shadow on the ground felt like it was gathering sound. I walked alone through broken pines, where the night rewrites all lines. No stars to guide, no light to trust, just blood red glow on fading dust. The air was thick with things unsaid, like the world itself was barely fed on all the truths I tried to bury, deep enough to never carry. But the earth don't keep what's meant to rise, it pushes it back through every lie. And every step I tried to take felt like a memory awake. I heard my heartbeat split in two, like it didn't know what to do. And every breath I tried to keep just pulled me closer to the deep. This is my blood moon confession, written in sin and resurrection. No holy hands, no sacred flame, just me and everything I became. Oh, I tried to silence what I knew, but the night tore straight on through. And every truth I can't deny rises under blood red sky. I knelt down where the ground was bare, like it had been waiting there. The dirt felt warm, too warm to lie, like something underneath still cries. A voice came soft from nowhere near, but louder than anything I hear. It spoke my name without a sound, like it was carved into the ground. The trees leaned in, the air grew thin, like the night was pulling in. And everything I tried to hide came back standing at my side. No judgment came, no angel's call, just the truth that knows us all. And every lie I ever knew began to bleed right through. This is my blood moon confession, no mercy left. runs here inside of me. I saw my past in shifting shade, every choice I ever made. Not as memory, not as dream, but something living in between. They didn't speak, they didn't move, just stood there like they always knew that I would end up here tonight, underneath that bleeding light. And in their silence I could feel a truth too heavy to conceal. Not punishment, not fate, not fate, just everything I didn't break. It ain't the moon that makes me bleed, it's every buried thought and deed, every truth I locked away, finally choosing today. Maybe confession ain't release, maybe it's the lack of peace, when everything you tried to drown rises up without a sound. This is my blood moon confession. No God, no ghost, no intervention, just open sky and open pain, and everything I can unchain. Oh, I tried to hide, I tried to run, but the night has just begun, and every truth I can't deny still bleeds beneath the blood-red sky. I stand where shadows still exist. No past to change, no truth to bend, just this moment that won't end. And if you ever see it rise, the blood moon in the fractured skies, don't speak your sins, don't ask it why, or you'll confess beneath its eye. The moon still burns, the night still sighs, with everything the dark implies. And I remain where truth runs dry, beneath the blood moon's watching eye. Carved, no flowers left, just dirt that remembers more than people do. There's a patch of ground past the edge of town where even the crows don't stick around. No marker, no stone, no story told, just a silence that refuses to grow old. I came here looking for something I lost, but the earth don't bargain, it only cost. Every step I take feels like I've been here before, like I buried more than just one soul in that soil. And the air gets heavy still, like it knows what I can't kill, and what I never will. It's the nameless grave where the truth got buried, where every promise I made got carried down into the dark where no light behaves. Now I stand over the nameless grave. Yeah, the nameless grave don't speak out loud, but it screams through the dirt and the shroud. Every lie I lived, every sin I saved, now they sleep in the nameless grave. I remember that night of what I choose to recall, a broken fence line and a final fall. You were calling my name through the pouring rain, but I answered silence like it was my name. The shovel felt lighter than my conscience did, like I was digging up everything I hid. And when the ground finally swallowed it whole, it didn't just take you, it took my soul. Now the moon won't look this way, like it's scared of what I say when I come back here to pray. It's the nameless grave where the truth got buried, where every promise I made got carried down into the dark where no light behaves. Now I stand over the nameless grave. silent. I don't know who's beneath me anymore, or if it was ever just one name.
Forgets where I've been. I talk to the ground like it might reply, but it only listens as I ask why. There's no forgiveness etched in stone, just a place where I stand alone, and every breath I take feels borrowed time from a debt that was never mine. And the dirt won't let me leave, like it's part of what I grieve. And the grave don't believe. Every step I take leads me back again to the place where it all went end. Yeah, the nameless grave don't fade with years. It feeds on silence, it grows on tears, and every truth I was too afraid to save now lives in the nameless grave. It's the nameless grave, and it knows my name, even if the world won't say the same. And I'll keep coming back, forever enslaved to the nameless grave. No name carved, but it remembers mine. The moon hangs low like a cracked white eye, watching the fields where the shadows lie. Corn stalks sway in a breathless wave, like something is walking between the graves. The wind don't move like it used to do, it drags its feet like it's passing through. And every sound in the midnight air feels like a voice that shouldn't be there. Took the road past Miller's land, where the soil runs black like burning sand. They said, don't stop when the lights go dim, don't listen close or you'll follow him. But I was young and I didn't care, just chasing silence into a dare, with headlights cutting the choking green, like the world had forgotten what light could mean. The radio cracked with a broken hymn, like something was singing instead of him. And I swear I heard my name get said in a voice that crawled inside my head. I rolled the window down just a bit, and that's when the whole night started to shift. The corn leaned in like it knew my sins, and the whispers began again. There's whispers in the cornfield calling my name, soft like mercy but burning like flame. They said, don't turn back, don't leave this ground. Once you hear us, you're never found. Oh, I've tried to run, but the tires just spun, like the earth itself wouldn't let me come undone. And the deeper I go, the less I see, just whispers in the cornfield swallowing me. I stepped out slow on the gravel road, where the air felt heavy, thick and slow. The corn stood tall like a watching crowd, silent but somehow screaming loud. Each stalk was bending just out of sight, like something was moving just beyond light. And
Footprints pressed in the muddy soil, like something had walked there without recoil. Then I saw a scarecrow standing still, wearing a coat that shouldn't be filled, but its head turned slow in my direction, like it was studying my reflection. And the wind said low in a shaking tone, "You should have never come here alone." The corn began to close behind, like it was erasing every line, and every step that I tried to take just led me deeper into the shade. There's whispers in the cornfield calling my name, soft like mercy but burning like flame. They say don't turn back, don't leave this ground. Once you hear us, you're never found. Oh, I tried to run, but the tires just spun, like the earth itself wouldn't let me come undone. And the deeper I go, the less I see, just whispers in the cornfield, swallowing me. I found a lantern hanging low, swung by a rope with a dying glow. It flickered words in a broken code, like it knew every path I chose. A figure stood where the roads divide, face half hidden, half alive. It didn't speak, it just stepped near, and suddenly everything went too clear. I saw my father, or what he'd been, before the fields got under his skin. He said, "Boy, don't trust what you hear at night. The corn don't give back what it takes in life." Then he faded into the grain, like he was never here again. Now the sky is a hollow drum, beating slow till the night goes numb. And I realize with a sinking breath, the corn is just what's left of death. Every whisper is just the past, trying to make a moment last. And every soul that's lost its way still walks these roads to this day. There's whispers in the cornfield calling my name, no mercy left, just endless flame. They say don't turn back, don't leave this ground. Once you hear us, you're never found. Oh, I tried to run, but the tires just spun, like the earth itself wouldn't let me come undone. And now I know what the silence means. The cornfield remembers everything. I don't know how long I've been here now. The sky don't change, it just knows how to stay the same in a dying loop, like time got trapped inside the loop. The road I came on doesn't exist, just rows of green in the endless mist. And I hear my voice in the rustling grain, calling myself again and again. Maybe I was never outside, maybe I stepped into something that hides, and every whisper that let me in was just where I always have been. So if you pass where the corn goes high, don't trust the wind, don't question why. And if you hear your name on the breeze, don't follow it into the trees, because the field don't sleep and it don't forgive. It only knows how the lost still live. And every stalk where the shadows spin, the whispers are waiting to pull you in. There was nothing in the warning, no sign carved in the sky, just a stillness in the evening that no one questioned why. And the air felt strangely open, like a door left standing wide, but no one thought to close it the night the angels left. without what we kept. The door stayed open longer, the streets felt slightly wide. Every corner held a silence that no one could divide. There's a weight inside the quiet, like a shift beneath the skin, and you feel it in the distance, though you can't say where it's been. No one turned to mark the moment, no one tried to understand, but something that once held the line was no longer in command. No warning sign, no truth to face, just something gone without a trace. And every step we took alone felt like something we had grown. It was the night the angels left us here. No sense of wrong, no sense of fear, just something absent in the air that made it clear they weren't there. Oh, we stayed, we carried on like nothing right had turned to wrong. But every word we tried to keep fell somewhere we couldn't reach. I stood still in the morning light, tried to feel what used to stay, but the quiet didn't answer, it just settled in its way. No return, no second passing, no reversal I could tell, just the sense that something lifted and left us to ourselves. And in that stillness, slow and certain, with no presence left to claim, I stopped waiting for their voices and felt the weight remain. It ain't a fall you hear or see, it's what's no longer meant to be. Every God you never knew can leave without a word to you. And angels don't always descend, sometimes they just quietly end. So every line you thought was held might be something else as well. It was a night, and now I know it wasn't sudden, just let go. No matter how we try to see, it's how it's always gonna be. Oh, we stayed, we didn't run, but something changed in everyone. And every step we take from here is taken without something near. Now the sky looks just the same, no tear, no mark, no sign, but the space it used to carry feels different every time. And if you ever feel that absence, like the world just slipped a layer, don't look up to find what left you, it might not still be there. The road runs out where dusk begins, and silence settles under skin. No sirens howl, no horses ride, just heat waves crawling side to side. The sky looks tired, pale and warm, like justice died before it's born. And every mile I walked alone was like a verdict carved in stone. I waited where the line was drawn, from dusk until the breaking dawn, with blood still fresh on calloused hands, and no one left to make demands. The wind moved through the empty town, like it was searching up and down for something it could call a name, but nothing ever came. The sheriff's post is rusted shut, like it gave up before the cut, and every badge that used to shine is just a shadow of decline. I heard no wheels, I saw no light, just endless stretch of broken night. And every breath I tried to claim just whispered that the law never came. The law never came for me tonight. No justice, no wrong or right, just empty streets and hollow blame, where even truth forgets its name. Oh, I stood where I should have stayed, but nothing came to be displayed. And every road I try to trace still ends in this forgotten place. The saloon doors hang still and wide, like they're waiting for a tide of voices that will never speak, just dust and wood and something bleak. The wanted poster on the wall still sways but never seems to fall. My face is there but faded slow, like even ink refuses to know. I light a match, it burns too fast, like time is trying not to last. And every flicker shows my sin, then disappears again. The silence presses on my chest, like it's a witness to my rest. And every truth I can reclaim still whispers that the law never came. The law never came for me tonight. No justice, no wrong or right, just empty streets and hollow blame, where even truth forgets its name. Oh, I stood where I should have stayed, but nothing came to be displayed. And every road I try to trace still ends in this forgotten place. I hear my boots against the ground, the only trial I've ever found. No judge, no jury, just the wind deciding what I've done within. The town don't move, it don't respond, like it's already far beyond the need to care, the need to see what's left of guilt inside of me. And in the distance, fading thin, I swear I hear it start again. But when I turn, there's nothing there, just open space and broken air. It ain't the law that makes you clean, it's everything you've never been. And silence doesn't set you free, it just reminds you what you see. And justice don't arrive too late, it simply learns to imitate the absence of what should have came. When the law forgets your name. The law never came, I understand. No saving hand, no final stand, just dust that writes my only name, where even time refuses blame. Oh, I waited there until I knew there was nothing they would do. And every road I can't outrun leads back to what I've already done. Now I don't wait, I don't believe in hands that come or eyes that see, no badge dust still warm across your hand. Don't trust the silence, don't stay long, or you'll learn where the law went wrong. The wind still moves, the dust still stays. The empty town forgets the days, and I remain where truth won't taste. Because the law never came.
There's a hollow in the valley where the dead winds moan, where the trees grow crooked like they've seen what I was raised on the taste of a sinner's regret, with a Bible in one hand and a blade in the next. Daddy drank till his shadow turned mean and cold, said the world's just a grave, boy, you dig or get sold. So I learned how to bury what I couldn't outrun. Now the dirt knows my name better than anyone. And the night don't sleep when it's inside your skin. It just claws its way out from within. Ashes don't pray, and neither do I. Heaven went silent the night mama died. I scream at the sky, but it don't reply. Just echoes of hell and a vulture's cry. I walk through the flames where the lost ones stay, where mercy's a lie and the dead souls stay. If there's grace, it's too far away, 'cause ashes don't pray. There's a church on a hill with a cracked front door, and a preacher who don't believe anymore. He got blood on his hands and a cross on his chest, as forgiveness is just something sold to the rest. I lit a match where the candle should burn, watched the pages of salvation curl and turn. He just stood there smiling like he understood that the fire in my veins ain't never been good. And the bells don't ring when the truth walks in, they just rust in the weight of sin. Ashes don't pray, and neither do I. Heaven went silent the night mama died. I scream at the sky, but it don't reply. Just echoes of hell and a vulture's cry. Walk through the flames where the lost ones stay, where mercy's a lie and the dead souls stay. If there's grace, it's too far away, 'cause ashes don't pray. Met a woman in black by a roadside grave. She was digging a hole like she dug my fate. Said every man's got a debt to pay. Then she looked at me and whispered my name. Her eyes were empty like a burnt out star, like she'd seen every wound and every scar. She said, you've been running since you were born, but the end's already been carved in stone. And I followed her down where the roots run deep through the bones, the secrets we tried to keep. She said a soul like yours don't ever get free. It just trades one hell for eternity. I try to wash these hands in the pouring rain, but the blood just danced in the crimson stain. Every prayer I spoke turned to dust in my mouth. Every road I took just circled me out. Now the sky hangs low like a loaded gun, and I take
place my end on my tongue. There's a noose in the wind and it calls my name like a lullaby soaked in shame. I carve my sins in the walls of time, but they carve me back in a darker line. And the man I was ain't the man I see, just a ghost with a pulse where a heart should be. Ashes don't pray, and neither do I. Heaven went silent the night mama died. I screamed at the sky, but it don't reply. Just echoes of hell and a vulture's cry. I walk through the flames where the lost ones stay, where mercy's a lie and the dead all stay. If there's grace, it's too far away. 'Cause ashes don't pray, ashes don't pray. They just drift and fade, like the lives we lost and the debts we made. Every breath I take feels borrowed and thin, like the reaper's already wearing my skin. If there's peace, forgot my name, left me drowning in smoke and blame. I ain't clean, I ain't saved, just a soul that the darkness claimed. So lay me down where the black earth cracks, with the sins I carried strapped to my back. No stone, no cross, no sacred ground, just the sound of silence dragging me down. And if there's a God, he turned away long before I lost my way. Now the fire's gone cold, but the debt remains, and ashes. Ashes don't pray. It starts in silence, deep and slow, a thing you feel but don't yet know. Like something sleeping in the walls, waiting for your name to call. The house remembers every breath, it learns your footsteps like a thread. And every mirror in the hall reflects the weight of what will fall. Stained in time, a crooked thread, a broken line, passed from father into son, until there's nowhere left to run. I laughed it off when I was young, thought curses died before they'd come. But nights got colder than before, and shadows lingered on my door. My mother never met my eyes, like she already knew the lies. And father prayed but never spoke, like every word inside him broke. And every family photo frame feels like it's whispering my name, like something buried in our past was never meant to outlast. It's the family curse I carry in my bones, a history carved into skin and stone. No matter how far I try to flee, it always comes back inside of me. Oh, I run, but it knows my track. Every road just brings me back, and every door I close in vain opens into us again. The attic creaks like it's awake, like it remembers every mistake. Old letters tied in faded strings still hum with something whispering. A portrait hangs with eyes too wide, like it's watching from the other side. every time I pass it slow, it feels like it begins to know. The basement holds a colder air, like something never left down there. And every step that I descend feels like a story that won't end. I hear my name through Hollywood, like it was always understood that I was never set apart. Just another broken part. It's the family curse I carry in my bones, a history carved into skin and stone. No matter how far I try to flee, it always comes back inside of me. Oh, I run, but it knows my track. Every road just brings me back, and every door I close in vain opens into us again. I saw my father in my sleep, standing where the secrets creep. He didn't speak, he just looked down, like he was passing something down. He pointed at my shaking hand, like I was part of some command. And in his eyes I finally knew the curse was something I would do. The bloodline doesn't fade or break, it learns each new mistake. And every choice I think is mine is just the echo of the line. And now I see it crystal clear, the curse was never something near. It wasn't locked in ancient lore, it was what we became before. A cycle wrapped in flesh and name, a never-ending quiet flame that burns through every child born and leaves their future torn. It's the family curse I carry in my bones, a history carved into skin and stone. No matter how far I try to flee, it always comes back inside of me. Oh, I run, but it knows my track. Every road just brings me back, and every door I close in vain opens into us again. Now I stand where it all began, another shadow of a man. I used to think I could be free, but the curse just looked like me. And maybe I was never alone, maybe I was always home. In every broken piece I find, the family curse is in my mind. The house still breathes, the night still speaks through fractured walls and hollow creaks. And I finally understand, the curse was never just the land. It was the hand I couldn't leave behind.
The sky was bleeding a faded red, like the sun itself had lost its head. Wind rolled low through a broken land, like it knew the taste of blood and sand. There's a sound that sleeps in the hollow ground, where nothing lives that can't be drowned. And every breath that the earth lets out tastes like silence wrapped in doubt. Taught me how to survive by keeping the dead things half alive. We didn't pray, we
didn't cry, just watched the world slowly pass us by. And every dream that I ever had was buried deep in the iron and ash. The house we lived in leaned like sin, like it knew the war that lived within. And every night the walls would shake like they were breaking just to break. I learned early what silence cost, every victory already lost. And every road that I tried to trust turned into blood and turned into dust. It's blood and dust, that's all I know. Where the broken hearts and the dead winds go, where every promise fades to rust in the endless weight of blood and dust. Oh, I tried to run, I tried to fight, but the darkness follows me every night. And nothing grows where I've been placed, just blood and dust in a godless place. I wore a gun like a second skin, like it could wash away what I've been. Every shot was a prayer unmade, every bullet a price I paid. There was a town where I crossed that line, where the law had lost its sense of time. And the men there spoke in cracked out lies, with hollow mouths and empty eyes. They said, boy, you don't belong here yet, but the dead don't care who they forget. And I stood my ground in the choking air, like I still had something left to spare. But the wind don't care who you trust, it just carries blood and dust. And every saint I ever knew was just a sinner passing through. It's blood and dust, that's all I know. Where the broken hearts and the dead winds go, where every promise fades to rust in the endless weight of blood and dust. Oh, I tried to run, I tried to fight, but the darkness follows me every night. And nothing grows where I've been placed, just blood and dust in a godless place. I met a man on a desert road, with a face like a heavy load. He said, son, you're running out of time, and you've already crossed the final line. He pointed west where the sun don't stay, where the sky just bleeds and fades away. And he laughed like he'd seen it all, like he'd watched every strong man fall. I asked him what lies past the end. He said, nothing you can call a friend, just echoes drifting through the sand from every life that slipped your hand. I buried hope in a shallow grave, next to the promises I couldn't save. And I carved my name in a stone too small, knowing no one would read it at all. And I swear I heard the earth reply, a low cracked voice beneath the sky, saying every soul that dares to roam becomes the dirt they once called home. It's blood and dust, it's all I know. Where the broken hearts and the dead winds go, where every promise fades to rust in the endless weight of blood and dust. Oh, I tried to run, I tried to fight, but the darkness follows me every night. And nothing grows where I've been placed, just blood and dust in a godless place. Now I walk where the sun don't rise, with hollow bones and empty eyes. No name, no home, no guiding light, just fading echoes in the night. And maybe one day I'll finally fall and not remember any of it at all. But until then, I'll walk this line between the living and lost in time. The wind still sings through shattered ground, where no forgiveness can be found. And all that's left when the world goes still, his blood and dust and iron